Hello everyone, my name is Coded Steel and welcome to your second tutorial in the C programming language. I kind of thought about what I had taught you guys last time with the hello world function, and basically, as I told you, it's the most simple function that or it's the most simple program that you can build in C. And I kind of thought, it made me think, a lot of people on YouTube have done a lot of different C programming tutorials. It made me kind of think, what do I have to offer you guys that you couldn't get somewhere else? So I kind of wanted to show you guys some of the codes that I have built in C. This time, that was what I was going to spend the first few seconds doing. First, what I wanted to show you is a simple little code that I had built. Well, actually, it's not necessarily really simple. It involves a lot more C programming than anything I've shown you so far. It involves a ball bouncing back and forth on a screen, and that actually took a lot of if loops, which are things that I have not discussed yet, and many other things. This is basically almost as complicated as you can get with the graphics in C. So obviously it isn't very sophisticated graphics, but it's still pretty awesome that you can make stuff like this. And if you guys hang with me, I actually will be getting to building codes like this and showing you guys how to build stuff like this. So anyway, that's enough of that. Another code that I wanted to show you was I built a basic Etch-A-Sketch type program in C. Let me show you guys that. And basically I can use the WASD keys to move this thing around up and down and in many different little directions. And you can kind of build all kinds of fancy designs. Woo, yay, It's pretty cool. I haven't really seen anything like this built in C. In other languages, I've seen similar people do similar things, but I mean, I don't really know if people actually know that you can do stuff like this if you actually put some effort into trying to figure out the language. And I put some other stuff in it, like you can change the color, so now I'm going ahead and I got red. And actually there is a way to change it to where it doesn't change the whole color background. I can change it just where the cursor was, but I didn't bother modifying the code. I could, if anybody asks or you post below, I can actually do that and show you guys how that's done next time for any of you that maybe are high level or advanced or whatever else. But anyway, then you can reset it. It goes back to the beginning, la la la. Anyway, that's enough of that too. Like I said, I kind of wanted to show you guys what I'm capable of doing and why you should follow my tutorials, so I can actually show you guys what I believe is the most structured way to learn how to C program. Anyway, now the thing that we wanted to discuss this tutorial were variables. This is the second most crucial thing in C, and to be able to write codes like I just showed you a few seconds ago, you need variables to be able to store information, so you're capable of keeping track of position and whatever else, like what was involved in that code. So basically there's a few different types of variables that are very, very essential to the C programming language. First of all, there's the int, which basically is, this is an integer. So basically, just like it says, it's an integer, and it's capable of storing like numbers such as 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And you guys might be asking, well, if it's capable of storing those kinds of numbers, is it capable of storing like 3.75? Actually, no, it's not capable of storing those kinds of numbers. Those are not whole numbers. Those are actually decimal numbers with decimal points after them. So if you wanted to store numbers with decimal points, what you actually have to do is type this. It's another keyword called a float. And what a float does is it allows you to store like mixed numbers with decimal points. So, like allows storage with decimal points. Okay, so that's the basics behind those two variables. There's also another type of variable called a char, or a character for short. And a character is something like a letter. A character really is anything. It's any of the symbols like the percent sign, the dollar sign, all those types of variables like this. These are all characters. Even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're all characters. But in order to be able to do math and other functions later in further tutorials, you're going to need variables like integers and floats to be able to perform mathematical computations. You can't really do math with chars. I guess you could, but the result wouldn't really be what you would expect, because you'd be storing an integer inside of a char, so you'd actually get a character somewhere in the ASCII table between 0 and 255. But anyway, that's enough of that. These are really the three main types of integers that you're going to use in the C programming languages. Now there are others in other programming languages, such as doubles, and there's also strings. But strings are part of a different class. They're kind of like chars, but not quite. They're more like words. Kind of like what I did before when I did the printf function that's capable of printing strings. But anyway, let me get down to show you guys how to do something with integers. Something simple with integers. So anyway, int num1, num2. These are going to be numbers that will add. Okay? And then we're going to create another variable called sum. And basically this variable is going to hold the sum. And then we're going to create our main just like we did last time. Now actually I did something a little unorthodox. I put my variables outside of the main function, which isn't something you should really do unless you plan on using your variables in more than one function. But we're going to ignore that. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to add these two numbers together. We're actually going to assign them values like 5 and 7. And if you guys know, you guys should know basic math, 5 plus 7 is 12. So we're going to see if we can get 12 on the screen. So we're going to do sum equals num1 plus num2. Easy enough, just a simple sum like you would do in math class. I mean, 5 plus 7 equals 12. You know, it's pretty much what it's going to do. So you would expect 12 to be stored in the sum variable, which, who knows? We don't know if it's stored in sum. We have to get feedback, right? So in order to get feedback, basically you guys can do what you did before in last tutorial with the printf function. You can say the sum is, and now the next thing we need to do is tell C how we want to format this variable. There's different types of formats, but I won't get into that now. The most important type of format for this tutorial is %D, and that basically tells C that we want to format the sum as a decimal type number. So a number like 0 through 10, or 0 through 9, sorry, excuse me, because every number after that, 10 is just a 1 and a 0. So basically we're trying to format it as a number that we use as people. So I want to print the sum of that out. So as you guys would expect, we should get a 12. Let's see if we do. Oh, God, I forgot again, guys. The get character function. You need this, remember, just like last time. This is how you're going to pause the screen. Otherwise it'll flash just like it did and you won't be able to get feedback on the console. So there we go. So the sum is 12, just like we would expect, right? Because 5 plus 7 is 12. Simple, right? So basically then what this code does, it's just like simple math class. You guys remember last time, you need a main function. Main is where C knows to begin. And then we took our sum, we added it together using this, and then we just print it out on the screen, and then we pause the screen. And like I said, this is a no-no. Don't actually do this in C unless you want other functions to be able to see your variables. But anyways, that is how you build a simple register. This would be called, more or less, calculator. I'll explain to you next time why this is called a register, not a calculator. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Bye.